It's game time. The Kid Gowie. Ravens Nation. All we know is purple and black. And if you're not a Ravens fan, Welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, M&T Bank Stadium, where opponents don't make it out alive unless we bury them. Every team be afraid of them, especially all the quarterbacks, as our defensive linemen won't hesitate to leave you sacked. Let's take a minute, go back to Super Bowl 35. Domination was an understatement up against the Giants. Numerous touchdowns, they put up numbers, and it didn't take a nutritionist to see they hunger. Only stat Kerry Collins could get was interceptions. He must have thought throwing to the D counted as receptions. The pass was legendary, but don't sleep on the present. Our secondary make quarterbacks avoid their direction. You tryna run the ball, you better hope your blockers work. You can juke, you can spin, but your destination's the turf. This is a man's game, being soft will get you hurt. Watch the defense force a fumble and the fans go berserk. 17 weeks, only one league out of 32 squads. No one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go! They always win when the championship's on the line. So if you hoping that they failed, then you really wasting your time. Go and ask the 49ers, I'm pretty sure they remember when they made a comeback, but weren't declared the winners. 2 rings down, but you know they won't stop now. If the opposing D's caught slipping, you know exactly how that goes. That's another deep connection for 6 points in the end zone. The stadium goes wacko as Ravens put in work. Pittsburgh Steelers, that still curtain is looking more like a skirt. So tell me who they say is gonna beat them Bengals. Who used to beat the Browns until they relocated? Ravens, they are one of the greatest. There's simply no denying it. To beat them, bringing your A game's a requirement. With the youth of the team, I bet they still be dominant, even after the greatest linebacker's retirement. 17 weeks, only one league out of 32 squads. No one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go!
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Sunny here with another video. Playoff weekend, Ravens game. It's about to start very, very soon. It's 11:19 Eastern time. That's obviously right later over here, but that's okay. Who's ready for this game? I'm pumped. I would say, because I know a lot of people love this song. Shout out to a guy called the Kid Gowie. I love his. You should follow him. Great guy. He makes comedy videos and sports takes. Very, very funny. He's from Baltimore Ravens fan. Obviously, you heard the song. Nothing to do with it. It's there on YouTube if you want to listen to it. It's over there, his channel. So go check it out. Love it. Shout out to him, the Kid Gowie. For the people that don't know who sings that song, I thought it was fitting for this game, right? And I'll leave it throughout the playoff run. Right. So anyway, shout out to all of you. We're gonna discuss what happened yesterday with the playoff, what's gonna happen today in the game. Also, I will have Coach Evans later on today. Also, we're gonna have phone calls. So if you want to be in the show, I need you to text me because I have to have a queue of the people I have to call back. Okay. So make sure you text the line, and let me put that line here. Don't call. Call will get you banned. As it says, if you want to be on the show, text. Please just text, and I will have you here, and I'll put a queue, and I'll call you back. Okay? It's a Maryland number. So if you're out of state, it might, or I don't know. It's like calling a Maryland number, so nothing crazy here. It's nothing to be scared or anything. Okay? Your number won't show up on the screen or anything, but make sure you text. Okay? Anyway. Shout out to everybody here. Let me show Deron Johnson, bro. Shout out to you. I know you DM me on IG. I forgot to DM you back, but yeah, It's game day, brother. It's game day. Shout out to you, Raven76, B More, CJ Miller, Red, White, and Do. Titans for Life. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for joining. Ty Sean. Shout out to you, CJ Miller. Baltimore Boy 410, Tanya, Chris Griffin, Team Ramey, Gerald Longmire. Let me see. George, and if I forgot anybody else, please, my bad, but thank you for joining the live stream. Also, make sure you hit that like, subscription, and super chats are available if you want to donate to the channel. I appreciate it. Also, as I always say, especially in this time, if you have some extra money, instead of super chat, you know what you can also do? I mean, I'll appreciate it. And I've been donating the money from YouTube to the food bank, but you can also donate to the food bank, to your local food bank for where you're from. Anyway, let's get started. And you can see my guy, Sip to Tally Films, Coach. He's on his way, and also his channel description and that key guy we are in the description below for the song. Okay, look, let me just start for the game that matters. Well, not the other one two doesn't matter. The other two are NFC. But if you think about the Rams and Seattle, that game, I mean, in my opinion, is basically no O-line versus a good O-line. That's game. That's essentially what happened. And then on the Patriots, Buccaneers, and the W team, that game was, you know, I mean, the Hennigan or whatever his name is, he actually played fairly good. A more competent QB would have won that game. So, you know, I thought that they should be good moving forward. Washington's a decent team. They should try to get a better quarterback, and they should be fine. Shout out to Chris Griffin. Shout out to my boy, Something Deaf. Anyway, but the other one, we're talking here, Colts and Bills. Look, that game, I thought it was going to be a blowout. I'm going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I thought it was going to be a blowout because the Bills were the better team. The Bills let the Colts hang around. The Colts lost this game just by sheer stupidity of their coach. The coach was very incompetent during this game. Very incompetent. Very stupid. You cannot get points away, especially and the running backs. That and the running backs dropping balls left and right. That fourth down, 3rd and 1. And this is something that people ask me, like, oh my God, why do they always go through the middle? Which we call, by the way, A or B gap, depending where they go, right off center or right off the guard. Oh my God, why do they always go through the middle? They're only getting 1 or 2 yards. Well, the problem is when you go left or right on a stretch or a pitch or whatever they're doing, and that one was a pitch, if I'm not mistaken, to gain a yard, you had to run like 6, right? You had to run 6 to just open yourself up and up so you can gain that yard. And that's what happened, right? So he ran probably like 5 yards to lose a yard. So maybe they would have gone on 4th down, right? But now you lost a yard. So now you were 4th and 2.5 roughly, or 4th and 3. And they decided to go. I would have taken the points. Like, if it's the Ravens, you take those points. Because look what happened at the end of that game. You do those 3 points, now you are driving to win the game with a field goal. And now the 4th quarter would have made more sense for the Colts, because the Colts, again, I was looking at my wife like, yo, I'll be livid if I'm a Colts fan, because they're not playing for the win. They got the ball with 2:30, 2:40. The dudes were just mellow. Like, they had the lead. They needed to burn clock. So they obviously weren't playing for the win. They played for the tie. Obviously, they didn't get it. They didn't deserve the win, to be honest. Buffalo wasn't like they were the best team. Well, they didn't play the sharpest. That's what I meant. They didn't play the sharpest, but they got the W, which is all that matters. Buffalo was lucky. Again, just sheer stupidity by the coaching staff of the Colts. Like, when they look at that tape, I'm like, what happened here? Right? So Philip Rivers played decently. Again, a lot of drop balls. He missed a couple, but that will happen. But man, that was rough. Hold on here. So now let's talk about the game. And I'm for some reason, I'm not getting my things here. Oh, I have my guy here. Shout out to the one and only, one of the best YouTubers. If you want to watch film, if you want to understand just pure film, I personally have learned a lot from this guy. I love my guy here, Mr. Coach Evans. Shout out to you, man. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Coach, can you hear me? No, yes?
I don't hear you.
Oh, no. Damn. That's not good. Hold on. Is he-
I hear you now.
Okay. Oh, no. Coach, I hear echo, though.
I got you. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Okay, good. Okay, so we have here Coach. And like I said, Coach Evans, he's from Sip to Tally, great guy, film sessions. I mean, dude, it's spectacular. Obviously, his channel is down in the description below. So if you haven't subscribed to him, you're going to see it says special guest. You're going to see Sip to Tally. You click that, it goes to his channel. Just subscribe. How are you doing today, man?
Coach, I'm fired up. Like Ingraven said earlier on Twitter, barely slept. And this week has went by so slow. Yesterday games felt like they took forever to get here. So I'm ready for 1 o'clock.
Imagine myself. It's the first game in my house here started at 6 p.m., which is it's the same time that it is today. And I'm watching these games and I'm like, okay, I'm relaxed today. I was telling here in the channel, I don't know if you listened to it, but I was saying that I don't know if you watched the Indy Bills game, but that was just coaching from Indy, especially that fourth quarter, how like mellow they were. It reminded me casually to the Ravens when they had Joe Flacco sometimes, and then they were running the 2-minute offense, but they were just slow, just huddling up. And I'm like, what are y'all doing here? What's happening? You need to go.
To me, the NFL in a whole does not. They don't have that fire in 2-minute situations. And it's not just it's a bunch of NFL teams. They walk around. And coming from high school where we kind of fire guys up to like put the ball down and run to your spot, the NFL guys just take their time. They don't really have urgency until it's like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, man. It's just I don't know. I was like, if it was tied, like if the game was tied, you can see like, okay, let's just take it easy because let's make sure we get to field goal range, nothing crazy, right? But they're losing by 3. They get it over 2 minutes, right? And they don't have timeouts. So they know, like if they would have started with a big play and they're in the 50, right? And they're like, okay, now I have to just gain 15, 20 yards. What's the rush? But they had it in the 20. And they passed the 2-minute mark, and they're still in the 30-something, right? And they're still on the wrong side of the field. They didn't even break the 50, if I'm not mistaken. I was just baffled. I was like, "Where's the urgency?" I mean, Philip Rivers, you're a veteran, man. You should know all this. They were playing with that clock, right? With the game, not the game clock. The snap clock. I forgot the name now.
Play clock.
Yes, the play clock. Like the delay of game, they didn't want to call it yesterday for them because they were just, I mean, every time I look, it was zeros, and after that, the snap came. Anyway, I think that that was how the officiating went through, and that's fine.
But on that, what they do is, and I think they say that during the game, the guy's looking at he's looking at the clock. And so when the clock is 0, he looks to the ball. If the ball is snapped while he's transitioning his eyes, they let it go. So that's what Philip Rivers knows that. He's a crafty veteran. So he was just, and I think he was out there calling his own plays. That's why it was taking so long for them to snap the ball.
Okay. So I have a question here that I'm getting through text. So I'm gonna just put it here real quick. So this is from Spencer. Shout out to him. He decided to just send me this one. It says, is it okay to put pressure on Lamar Jackson to win this game? And if so, is it a bad thing if we lose, if Lamar struggles? I'll let you answer that one, and then I'll get it back.
Is it okay to put pressure on Lamar Jackson to win this game? Well, we don't have to put the pressure on him. It's pressure there because he's been there twice. The first time when they played the Chargers, there was really no pressure. It was his first time really hadn't started but like 6 or 7 games. So that was no pressure on him. Last year, when we were 14-2, the pressure probably amped up, especially with the fact that he was getting all those accolades. And that was sheer disappointment. So now the pressure is just there because we expect him to perform in big time games now. We expect him to perform, when the light shines the brightest. And he's the current MVP. He's probably going to, command a ton of money here soon. So the pressure's there. We don't have to put it on him. It's naturally there, and he knows this. And is it a bad thing if we lose? Yes and no. If we lose, we're gonna all be disappointed. We're gonna all, the media gonna kill Lamar saying he 0-3 in the playoffs and whatever. But the kid just turned 24. The nucleus of this team, for the most part, is at average age. Now, it hurts our window, yes. It hurts our window, yes. But it's not the end all be all, because we got a ton of guys signed, for the future. So it doesn't kill our franchise if we lose this game. But we really don't want to lose this game because our window to win is now.
I agree with Coach. I think also it's very opponent specific. Tennessee Titans, they're 11-5, but they come to this game a little bit limping, right? They haven't looked the sharp, especially on defense. So if anything, if this game is lost because our defense, let's say, meltdown and they just give a bunch of yards and they just kill us, but Lamar performs great, they're going to say, well, it was 0-3, but Lamar performed well. But the reality is this defense of the Tennessee Titans is not playing good. It hasn't been playing good for a while. And they expect Lamar to put points. So if Lamar comes, this will be true also if we win. And for example, if this game becomes 17-14, not that I'm expecting that we win, they're going to look at Lamar. So what happened here? Why you didn't put more points against this Tennessee Titans defense, right? So it depends how this game go, and then narratives will be drawn. Lamar is aware of this. You saw that interview in ESPN. He said, I want to change the narrative. So he was aware of this. He has to play better. As Coach was saying, the rookie year, there's no expectation. Second year, 14-2 MVP season, you expect them to win against a team that is, got hot at the right moment. They won. And Tennessee, to be fair to them, they beat us. They beat the Patriots before us, and they were competitive against KC. So they had a good run through the playoffs, right? So, but this Tennessee Titans defense or team is not the same. The defense is very soft, and Lamar and the Ravens offense should be able to put points. He's in his third year. Now, you as a Ravens fan, us as Ravens fan, should be noted, as Coach was saying, dude just turned 24. He has growth still in him. I think the problem with Lamar, he has been so great, MVP in his second year, that anything will look like, oh my God, the struggles, right? So they're going to try to see where the deficiencies are. And the deficiencies right now are showing in the playoffs. I think the narrative, it is wrong. First year, I was there. I've been there for both playoff games. So if they win, I jinx both of the other playoff games. And I will promise not to go to one until I can, because I'm over here in Europe. But saying that, I think this game also, the Ravens have been favored in all the other games, if I'm not mistaken. So including this one.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that tells you how people think of this team. And that also, if we lose, that will also draw into the narrative. They were favored. If you see the pundits, they're picking the Ravens for the most part. So all that builds the pressure. Yes, the pressure is there, and that is what makes the pressure. So anyway, thank you for your question. Again, if you want to call the show, you just text that number and we'll get you in the queue. We have a Titans fan here, as you can see. Shout out to you, man. I'm gonna get some of his comments because I think they're interesting. One thing I know about Lamar, if he gets in his head and starts to get mad, we will win. I think Lamar says something. I don't know. Did you saw the interview in ESPN, Coach?
I haven't seen it yet. I know it's out there. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, one thing that he said, and this is so true this year. He said, early in the year, I was thinking too much. And I forgot the lady that was interviewing him. She said, what do you mean that you were thinking too much? He was like, well, guys weren't open. I just kept sitting in the pocket, right? And we saw that. He said, I kept sitting. So I just went play more Lamar. I'll just do my thing. And she said, what does that mean? Well, if nobody's open, I just do my thing. And that is so important because that element is the problem for the teams, right? He's looking to pass, and he has a really good formation in the pocket. I think his mechanic, in my opinion, his problem in the mechanic is more his throwing mechanics when he sets to throw. But in his pocket, he's there. You can see him going through his progressions. But I think what happens is if nobody's open, the ability and not only escape, because there's a couple other quarterbacks that can escape. When he escapes, he still looks down the field, but if he's not there, they go because he's super fast and the ability to just make people miss. And that is what frustrates the hell out of defense. What do you think, Coach?
I think most of Lamar's rushing yards today should come from called pass plays. And, for those that don't understand. So if it's 2nd and 7 or whatever, we call a pass play, and it's not open, don't just stand there and wait on it. Take the alley and get what you can get down, get out of bounds, and get your yards off scrambles.
Yeah,
that's the best way to hurt them. Because if they're in man, that scramble will turn into a big run. And if they're in zone, you can potentially start the scramble and drop the ball off somebody for a big game. So that's why I think we can hurt them at the most, because their strength is run defense, our strength is running. Their weakness is the pass defense, and we're weaker at passing. But I think we can make big plays in the passing game because we've gotten better at it the past couple of weeks. And I think we actually worked on it in game versus whoever that was we blew out last.
We played last Cincinnati. Yeah, and think about this team. Titans are 27th against the passing defense, and they're 19th against the run. I agree here with Coach, and that's what Lamar was talking about. In a passing situation, nobody's open. He says, I'll take off. The other place that I think it will be good for him to take off is if Tennessee decides to just blitz him, meaning if they go all-out blitz, you do one read. And if the guy is not open and you just see just a crease, you take off. Because if they decide to just, which is very interesting, you don't see that a lot from teams, right? Just sending the house on Lamar, because they know if they send the house and there's just this small alley, it's a touchdown. Because now your corners are just a man watching the receivers. So the dude is just going to take off. And if one corner just sees that, Lamar can outrun any corner in the league pretty much, right? Plus, he's very strong. That's the thing that we don't talk enough about Lamar. His stiff arm is very, very, very strong. So, yes, I think those two design runs, he should take a couple just so he can put it in their mind that I'm willing to keep and go. I don't know about you, Coach. I know you've done a lot of film sessions. I love the place where I have both Gus and JK in the field, and JK sometimes is split on wide. He comes to the jet sweep because now there's the threat, like, is he keeping it, right? And if he didn't keep it, then you still can fake it to Gus, and is Gus keeping it, or Lamar, and that puts those linebackers and safeties all out of whack. I don't know, man. I think this game for the Ravens is not only important, that's an understatement, but I think it's suited up well, although we have lost twice. It's a revenge game. Obviously, they're not going to take them lightly. They're pissed off because last year they beat them. This is like, you beat at my house, I'm going to beat you in your house. So with all that said, Coach, I'm just going to leave it here for a moment and say to you, like, what are you expecting for this game? On offense, just give me your offense. Let's talk just offense.
Ravens offense, right?
Yeah, Ravens offense.
The key to me is Jeffrey Simmons. I've if people follow my channel, I've had dealing with Jeffrey Simmons as a coach in Mississippi. Okay. And the guy has been a train wreck to block at the high school level, the college level, and now, at the NFL level. But if we can get, and I put in a video earlier this week, if we can get movement on him as a one tech or a nose, we can win a game. We can't let him or 90 or 93, whoever those other two guys are, just make stalemates of our double team. If we're going to use a double team on whoever their nose tackle or one tech is, we got to move. And if we can move that one tech and double team to a linebacker and not let those linebackers be free, we can get them. Because a lot of the personnel package they throw out there is 2 defensive linemen and 4 linebackers and a safety in the box. They normally have 31 in the box. I forget his name. And they normally have 4 linebackers and 2 D linemen. So we can't waste guys on it because their linebackers are fast enough to go side to side. We got to get moving on that one or that nose, get them up to the linebacker, and then let JK or Lamar or Gus, whoever's hitting it, hit it. No dancing.
Yeah, I would say their D line is, other than Simmons, it's not the greatest. Obviously, they don't generate enough pass rushers, and that's what's happening. When I went and saw some films, I saw some guards getting to the second level, that's what the linebackers are good. I like their linebackers. The guy from
Smart.
Yeah, but if a guard gets to the second level, I mean, there's so much they can do. That's where the D line comes, right? The D line is supposed to suck all those linemen. Don't let them get to the second level. And then that's when the linebackers come and clean the trash, meaning they clean the running back coming through the hole. I think one of the things, well, I'm not talking defense. Let's talk about the offense right now. But yes, I agree here. I think we need to pound the ball. We need to pound the ball and make them just loose. They're overthinking, make a mistake, and that's where you're going to hit them with Mark Andrews. And receivers today, you put glue, you put something in those hands. I don't want to see no dropping pass. I don't want none of that. Soldier Boy, we don't need Marquise today. We need Hollywood. I need those catches to come clean. I need you to fight as is, win and go home. Before we keep going, the list of the inactives came out. The punter for last week, he's inactive. No surprise with there. Chris Moore's inactive. James Prochet is inactive. Mark Ingram's inactive. Fergie is inactive. RJ Price, O-lineman in the tackle, the rookie, Washington. It's something that I've been saying for a while. Finally, they did this. And we can segue this to the defense with this. First of all, I would have been okay with Skura being bench or inactive. That what this tells me is Macari's not 100%. They're going to try Macari, and if Macari's not good enough, they basically going to shelve him for the rest of the game, and you're going to see TCC then, and then Skura will be the third guy, right? If Macari was 100%, I think Skura will be the guy being inactive.
Yeah, my fist pump earlier was when I found out Mark Ingram was inactive.
Yeah, Mark Ingram being inactive, I think Mark Ingram is a hell of a person. Oh, my God, I love his leadership, and he is a great cheerleader, and that's what I need him to be today. This is no disrespect on him.
Right.
The reality is he is the third best running back on this team. He's better than Justice Hills, but he can play special teams, and then Justice has been playing special team good enough that you're benching Chris Moore, right? That's the reality. If Justice wasn't playing that well, then you had to put Chris Moore. Now, I don't want to see Justice in the field. I hate when I see him on the field, especially on a critical third down. But whatever, somebody likes him in some other place on third down. They keep putting him. I think JK is perfectly, and even Gus in the passing game. We've seen Gus flash in the passing game, so I don't need to see Justice, but you will see him in some time. But the other one that I wanted to talk about was Fergie. I like Fergie. I actually think Fergie has progressed decently for a third round pick. Again, he's last pick of the third round last year. So
one-dimensional. I think he's too one-dimensional.
But that's the problem, right? And then a guy that I kept saying throughout the year, we need to see more is Jahad Ward. I feel like Jahad Ward every game, he makes a play. He is in the play. And then the other thing is he's flexible. You see him to stand. You see him head in the dirt. You see him playing in. You see him out wide, meaning playing outside linebacker. You can move him. Ferguson, you can't put him in the D tackle / DM position, right? You cannot kick him inside. You can only put it outside, and he only has still the one move. I think that one move is getting better, but when you have one move, that's all you have. So the tackle, because he doesn't go inside, knows what you have.
Right.
He ain't about bending, right? That's not Fergie. He needs to get better. Now, next year, guys, because you were like, well, that's okay. That's great. Fergie has progressed, but next year, in my opinion, I always say this for third round picks, third years when I want to see you, like, there's no excuses now. So next year, he needs to come up with more tools. But for now, having Jalen Ferguson inactive, I think it's the right move because this is not about development. Same thing with Washington.
Mm-hmm. Pressure daddy.
Yeah, exactly. Pressure daddy. That's what Nuvo likes to call him. This isn't about development anymore. During the season, if you wanted to do development, that's fine. as soon as it got serious, you saw that Jahad Ward got more snaps, Ferguson got less, Ferguson got inactive. Same thing with Washington. Neither of those guys are ready for these games. Justice Ellis is the guy over Washington 100%. I'm not saying Ellis is amazing, but he is better than Washington. And Ferguson, I mean, again, Jahad Ward not only getting outside rush you, but he kick inside. Same thing with Pearl McPhee. Gives you more flexibility. Although, I don't know, Coach. You just had 3 outside linebackers, and that's what you want to see in this game. You want to see Bowser,
Mm-hmm.
you want to see Judon, and you want to see Ngakwe. Yeah, you want to see those 3. I mean, they can rotate, take a break each other, but those are the 3. McPhee, when he comes, maybe on a 4th or 3rd down, it's just a guy.
Yeah, he can do both.
Yeah, but I like McPhee. I don't know about you, Coach. I like McPhee more in that 3-4 DN spot that I do in the outside backing position.
I like McPhee at that spot in run situations.
Okay.
Run situations, my opinion, we should have Big Baby, Calais, McPhee, Judon.
Okay, Judon.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the backers and for sure run situations, go Board and Malik.
You like so we can talk about let's talk about defense, because I think Board is yeah. I think Board is a good player. I like his progression as well. I like him more on the passing side, but on the defensive side, on the running side, I'm not sold on him.
So you'd rather him than we'll agree Malik should be in there, correct?
Malik, that's what I was saying. I think PQ should be there, and either Malik or LJ. Those 2 over Board on rushing side. On passing side,
I meant LJ. I'm sorry, I said Board, but I meant LJ.
Oh, okay.
I meant LJ. My bad.
Well, I can see why Board is in a passing situation with Queen, because they're faster and shiftier, right? And you can see right now they're saying to Board, you go cover the running back more than they do with Queen.
He's done a lot the past couple weeks.
Yep. But on the rushing side, he's built thinner. And I don't know if he can come and stop.
Yeah, I was wrong. I was mistaken. I meant LJ. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I meant LJ.
LJ for sure. Malik too. Either of those. Either of those. I think LJ is smarter at this point. Not that Harrison is dumb. It's just Harrison is a rookie. Again, we go back with the rookie. And when I saw early in the year, Harrison was making some mistakes. Again, mistakes that a rookie would make. This is not the end of the world mistakes. Same thing with Queen. This is a game on defense. It's all about discipline.
Yep.
It's all about discipline. Yep. Look, if you're an outside linebacker, you're on the weak side, meaning they're rushing on the right side and you're on the left side, don't over pursue.
Exactly.
You stay there watching, because
he loves the cutback.
Exactly.
I've never seen a back of his size that love to cut back. But he's realized that when he cuts back, he gets a lot of arm tackles. And then if he gets through that first arm tackle, it's him and the DB. And he wins that a lot.
Okay, of course. That's when you see that stiff arms and a DB or safety. That's when you see him just getting them out of the way. Again, and I'm worried about Yannick in this. I think Yannick Ngakoue has gone better on the running side. But I'm sorry?
No, I'll go ahead. I was just saying it's not a game for him.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying on the rushing side, if you're on the weak side, it's so important. Don't over pursue. And you as a fan might say, like, what the hell he's doing? He's not doing anything. No, he's doing what he needs to do. Because if the guy cuts back and he over pursue, it's game over. The guy might just run into the house. Yep. So it's just, again, it's simple things, but it's discipline. You cannot, same thing for the linebackers. Don't over pursue. Because if he's running a stretch play to the right or to the left, and you just go attack that end, and a hole opens, he's just gonna cut there. And if you over pursue, you're not there. So Queen, LJ, or Harrison, or even if Board's there, don't over pursue. Also, very important for the guy that is watching that weak side. Tannehill sometimes he does it like 4 or 5 times a game. He likes Yeah, especially in the red zone. He likes to keep it. So you're watching the weak zone. You're watching also Tannehill. If Tannehill keeps it, then you can go attack him, right? Because he's either going to pass it or he's going to try to run it to your side.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, just stay disciplined. What do you think, Coach?
From watching film on them this week for doing a couple videos I did, they got 3 main plays: stretch left or right, then dive, left or right in the A gap, then play action off of that. And then once they get into the red zone, they like to run the zone read. That's with Tannehill keeping it. And they air off some variations of stuff in there, but their main 4 to 5 plays are what I just described. And they do stretch a ton of different ways. They do it out of ace, which is the 2 tight ends. They do it with 2 tight ends on one side. They do it with 1 tight end and a fullback. And I think putting the fullback in is what helped them against us the last time, because we didn't have enough big guys, so to speak, to match their big guys. And so we were getting a fullback on a DB, and that we were losing that battle, a lot. Even though he didn't break 100 till overtime, but still, it was some key situations where I felt like if we had another big guy on the fullback instead of, the fullback getting up on Chuck Clark or another safety or whatnot, we'd have been better off. But again, and that's kind of skewed again because we keep forgetting Brandon and Calais didn't play the first game.
Neither of them, right? We talk about Brandon Williams is arguably one of the best run defenders in the whole league. He doesn't get a lot of accolades out of Baltimore because, a lot of the things he does, he doesn't show in stats. Literally, a lot of the times you will see Brandon getting double team on the point of attack because if not, he usually pushes back, right? And Calais is also a great defender against the run. And Wolf was playing good in that game against the Titans. But the problem, and this is why you saw Henry getting better as the game go on, they got wear on them, right? They didn't have enough guys. Henry is hard to get knocked out, right? Like just tackling Henry takes a lot of energy. So obviously the guys got tired. I think the DBs did a fairly good job, but they also got tired. So tackling is key, guys. You don't even know how important tackling is. As that play against A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, one of the strongest receivers. That play was made because just poor tackling. A bunch of guys just trying to push the guy, right? And then trying to get the fumble, which I love. But first tackle. And it says the guy's going down. If you want to try to get the ball out, I'm good. But tackling. That play, if you guys remember, he was short. I think it was even a 4th down. That might have been game. But I forgot who was the first corner that tried to get the ball fumble. But then not after him, a bunch of others came, and they all did the same thing. Let me just push. Let me just try to get the ball. A.J. Brown has short hands, guys. Just get him down.
And he's strong as a bull.
He's super strong. And then he got the touchdown. Rest is history. Tackling on the defensive side is key. So being disciplined, tackling are 2 key things in this game. Another big thing for the offense is time of possession. And the reason why I brought it here is because for the defense, if the offense can win time of possession, that helps the body recoup. Again, you're going to be tackling a lot this mammoth of a guy called Henry. Yep. So the offense not only scoring, but time of possession. Not that if you hit 80-yard touchdown, it's not great. Hell yeah. But obviously, if you go to too many 3-and-outs or 5 plays, 6 plays, and then you have to give the ball away, that is going to be problematic because the defense will be worn out. This defense is good. I think about the last game. The defense played well until the game was progressing, and they got tired, and the offense didn't hold the ball. The offense kept giving it to the Tennessee Titans, and the defense got tired. I don't know. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, time possession is going to be key because this game is going to go by fast. The 3 games yesterday lasted forever. This game is going to go by fast because we want to run and they want to run. So the clock's going to be rolling. So you may get 7-8 possessions max. 7-8 possessions max.
Yep.
And what I found out, for the people that are asking how do you kind of shut down Henry, and there were a couple of games where he was kind of average.
Yeah.
Think about the Packers game. The Packers got up early.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers scored first. Titans got the ball. I think they punted. Packers scored again. Titans got the ball back and threw an interception. So they're down 17-0 middle of the second quarter. So now they're pretty much got to throw the ball. Who else? Somebody else beat them. I think it's still here.
Yeah, Cleveland and
Buffalo got a big on, and Cleveland got a big on them early.
Yep.
So the thing is if you score early and get them in situations, our run game can get us back in the game because we have explosive runs. Their explosive runs don't come to the third and fourth quarter when the defense is tired, unless somebody just straight out miss their assignment.
Yep. Which again goes back to discipline, guys.
Exactly.
This game is so important, discipline, because the Tennessee Titans, one thing they're doing, we talk about the defense being bad, but their offense is very good. Tannehill has been very accurate. He's been good for this offense, right? So they can run the ball well. And the passing side, even though they're like 1/3 the bottom of the league, they have the receivers out there, right? Again, A.J. Brown, a piece of receiver. He doesn't get enough accolades because I love the dude. I love how he plays. Corey Davis, I think, is a good receiver. For those of you that had contact me like, oh, we should have it in Baltimore. He's not all that. He is good because he's a good number 2 for A.J. Brown, which he is a number 1. But the problem is you're going to give Corey Davis a bunch of money for him to come be here and be a number 1. He's not a number 1. He's not about that life. Nope. Number 2, he's good. Which is, I think, where Hollywood lives roughly in the number 2. We need that number 1, and then Hollywood, you will see how he will take off. Anyway, but it's important to be disciplined on both on the passing and on the running side. On the passing, I'm expecting them to play a lot of man. So and what I want to see is Humphrey on AJ, because this is a game that if you put AJ on Peters, oh man, I think AJ can put him spinning.
That's where I think they have the advantage at. Because as far as physical receivers, AJ is physical, Marlon's physical, so I think they can cancel each other out. Corey Davis is not AJ Brown, but he's physical also, and Peters sometimes does not be as physical as we would like him to be, and his frame is part of that. Peters is a wiry guy. He'll come in and tackle when he have to, but he's not a quote unquote physical guy. So that bothers me having Davis on Peters, and when it's time to be physical, whether it be blocking or whether it be like a big 50-50 ball where he can go up and get it. But other than that, the tight end Jonnu, he's the X factor in that play action stuff to me, because I think we can handle Davis and AJ Brown. Jonnu bothers me, especially if Jimmy is not around. I think Jimmy can handle it.
Jimmy's active. The question is how good
play the whole game though.
Exactly, that's the question. That is definitely the question. Okay, Coach. I'm gonna take a quick call here.
Okay, go ahead.
But you should be able to listen to this. Okay.
Okay.
You should be able to listen. If not, I'm gonna get pissed because I've worked this out. It worked last time. You hearing the ring?
Yes.
Beautiful. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Asmodeus. How you doing, brother?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm here with Coach.
What's up, Coach?
What up, Asmodeus?
How you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing well.
I'm glad that you can hear each other. This guys, I know this for you guys. So, this works for Sonny. This is just appreciation of shit working. I was supposed to work. How you doing? It's
no, man, this shit's dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good, man. Looking forward to stopping some Titans in about an hour or so.
Okay, so any questions you have, any comments you have for Coach or for me?
I mean, I think really, I don't know if I have any questions. I think for me, I feel like the key to winning this is going to be mind over matter. I think we have all the pieces that we need to be able to beat them. I just think it's a question of will the players actually play hard and they'll do what they've been doing the past couple of weeks, and will the coaching staff do the same, and making sure that they don't make any bonehead plays, but instead play to their strengths. If we do that, we're going to win. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my opinion.
I'm not gonna call or say that these players won't play hard. That would be like dumb if they don't come playing hard. Coaching matters. This is why I started talking about the Indy Buffalo game, because I think coaching was the one that lost that game. So that's important. Coaching, I think sometimes coaching tries to get too cute. It's not a game to get too cute. It's a game to do what you do best and just go. But coach, what do you think?
Yeah, we got to get points. I think points going to be at a premium, and we have opportunities to get points. We got to get them. If we're in Tucker's range, send him out there. If we get in his range, send him out there. Unless it's 4th and inches, then it has to be less than 1 for me right now because it's too much at stake. Just look at the game you're talking about earlier, the Colts. Those 3 points, gonna hunt them. It changed the way they played the late game situation. So anytime we can get points, we need to get them.
Yeah, in that game, I don't know, but I was telling this, coach, because a lot of people, I'm sure, especially you break film, the people say, like, why do they keep going through the middle and no game 1 or 2? Look at all the side on the side. They're so all green. And it's exactly because of that play in the Colts before going to the 4th down. They pitch it. He ran like 6 yards to go -1. They were in 3rd and 1, maybe 1.5. They should have just tried to pass, especially if they were going to go 4th down, 1.5 yards with that O-line, right? Because the Colts do have a great O-line. They should have just gone straight back to back, especially if you don't get it, go straight again.
Mm-hmm.
But they got too cute. Then they threw it because they lost a yard. The rest is history. Those 3
I
points.
think the Colts have the best O-line men, one individual, in the NFL.
Nelson?
Yes.
Yeah. Dude's a beast. Anything else, Asmodeus?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, I appreciate both of you guys continuously bringing out quality content for us to go ahead and enjoy instead of watching the crappy ESPN and stuff like that. We actually get some good stuff to watch. I definitely thank you both for that.
Appreciate it.
Let's get this dub.
Yeah, no, for sure,
Big
man.
trust. We'll.
Let's go. Yes, exactly. What Coach said. Couldn't say it better. Okay, we have a couple here, Coach, so we're going to go through a couple calls. By the way, guys, this stream will not last more than 12:30. Because then it's getting close to game time.
Hello?
So we want to, hey, man, what's up?
What's going on, Sonny? What's going on, Coach?
This is
What up,
Dimitri, right?
Yeah, it's the
Okay, I'm sorry. I just
The
have 4
Joker,
people.
811.
Yes, I have a couple people in the queue. I want to make sure I'm doing correctly. How you doing, bro?
Man, chilling. I'm a little nervous, but chilling.
We got that. It's that nervous energy. That's what that is. That nervous.
You don't feel it like here in your gut that you're a little sick? Like I feel it. Like I feel like I like in here. As I said, it's 5 p.m. So it's getting close to lunchtime. I haven't eaten probably for 6 hours. And I'm like, damn, if I eat, I might get sick because I'm like, ugh. Anyway, how you doing, man? What's your question?
No question. Just like this is pretty much a comment. We just need to make sure that we play fundamental football, assignment, tackling. If we do all that, I think we should be able to, put the game in the bag.
I agree. Again, this is just fundamentals are the right word because when I say be disciplined, discipline is part of fundamentals. When they teach you any sports, when you call discipline, it's being fundamentally sound. When they tell you in any sports, do this, and you're like, well, this is boring because for example, if you're in the weak side of the outside linebacker, is it boring that you're just basically staring and just like trotting and watching? Yes, because you're not in the action. But if he cuts back, if you're not there, you're gonna wish you were in the boring spot. So yes, I agree with you.
All I know is that I think we're gonna win, but if we lose, I'm not watching no sports shows for next month.
If for some reason the Ravens lose, I will stay away from all the national media for at least Monday, maybe Tuesday. After that, I'll be watching sports because I had the AFC North as well. But it's gonna be hard.
I just don't get why Lamar gets so much flag for like not winning. I get it. You do good. Like it's kind of the opposite. Flacco did horrible during the season, but then he did good in the playoffs, and then Lamar is doing good in the season, but he hasn't won a playoff game. But it's like they're deeming him so much. Like why? It's
a young
Manning
career.
didn't win a playoff game until his like 3rd, 4th year.
But to be fair, Peyton
Manning didn't win early either.
Yeah, and I was gonna say Peyton Manning used to be crushed. Think about this. Even after he started winning in the playoff, people say like, yeah, Peyton Manning might be a great regular season quarterback, but he ain't Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady wins in the big games. They always had that narrative for Peyton Manning. So it's on Lamar and the team. Again, for me, it's different. Like if Lamar comes and balls out, let's say this game for some reason is 43-40, right? And we lost. I don't think the narrative is going to be, oh, Lamar. No, they're going to be like, Lamar did enough, and they're going to just crush the Ravens defense. Or they might not even say anything because they know King Henry and Tannehill have been playing fairly good. But if we win, go ahead.
Have you noticed how, like in the beginning of the season, the defense were playing stand out, and then the offense was slacking, and then it's flipped. Now the offense is playing better, and the defense is kind of, letting a lot of things get through them.
I do have a theory on this, Coach. I said when we had after the Cleveland game, I said the next games we don't need Calais or Jimmy or Peters because we were playing Jacksonville, Giants, and Cincinnati. I said, like, this is the time that we should win these games without these guys to get healthy for the playoffs, right? And I think you will take a hit, right? It's like when you think about with the Browns, we were down to safeties playing cornerback, right? So that is huge against Levine, which is not a great cover safety at all. Right. And then against Minshew, we did fairly good. But against the Giants, Daniel Jones has some moments there. But again, you had Humphrey and then the rest. Aver played fairly good. But after those two, you take a hit. You go into this game as healthy as you have been in ages in the defense. So you expect the defense to play better.
Yeah, I think after the COVID situation, I think the offense bounced back faster than the defense. The offense was hit with COVID. They weren't necessarily injured, but they got their SHIT together, and the defense was injured. So the defense, used those last couple games to get healthy, and I think you're gonna get the full defense today. You're gonna get the full wing today.
Exactly.
He'll have all his weapons. He'll have all his soldiers, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree. Dimitri, I'm gonna let you go because I have 5 more people here.
Yep. I was actually going to say that I'm gonna let you take the other calls, but the last thing I wanted to say is I appreciate you guys. You guys are doing your thing. I've been watching both of you for the past 2 to 3 years.
Appreciate it.
So keep doing your thing.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Okay, as we get to the next call, guys, make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel, not only this, Coach Evans here, Sip to Tally is on the description below. So make sure you do that. Hey, we have here this God's son.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey,
what up, P?
What's up, family? Hey, we got this today, y'all. I can't wait, man. That disrespect that they did towards week 11, man, I was waiting for this. And you got it, y'all. I can't wait for real. I'm excited. I can't wait for 1 o'clock.
Hey, Godson, I'm going to tell you an interesting fact. And, I'm from Mississippi, correct? So if you go back and look at that picture, there are 3 guys that's asking for that smoke on that picture. There's Jeffrey Simmons, Macon, Mississippi. There's A.J. Brown, Starkville, Mississippi.
Yep.
And there's 21, the cornerback, Vicksburg, Mississippi. Why them 3 dudes want to act like that?
Butler, right?
Butler. Why them 3 cats want to act like that?
Man, listen. I couldn't ask for no. All week I've been about my future and cruising all the smoke. Listen. I can't wait till 1 o'clock. I think we're gonna beat them by at least 20 points.
Man,
I'm calling it now.
I hope so.
I hope so, because that's the games that you can just chill and watch this game, right?
Yep. Hey, Sonny. Hey, real quick, I just called them for real because I'm excited just to show support to y'all. I appreciate everything y'all do.
Thank you.
Sonny, I love what you do too, man. You and the AFC North guys, man. Purple Rain, lunch break table. I just support all y'all, man. Y'all just keep going, man.
Appreciate it.
Supporting y'all, and I'll call y'all after the game, man.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll be there after the game.
Appreciate you.
Definitely.
Thank you. Big trust. We got this, guy. We got this. We need to put all that good energy, good vibes. Just put it there, man. Thank you for calling. See you next time, okay?
All right, y'all be safe.
1.
Okay, we have another caller here. We're just going through. Guys, I'm just giving you around 5 minutes so we have like 4 more after him. This one. Oh. What was that? Hey, hello.
Oh, what's up?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good. Ready for game day.
Hey, you're ready. We're ready. So, like as I was saying the last stream, this is about a 5-minute call because I have a couple others. But what's your question or what is your comment, man? Because I know we're all hype here.
Yep, I'm hyped. I'm ready to go. The only thing I can concern me is Derrick Henry, but our defense is healthy for the first time since, ironically, the Titans team.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I agree. No, like we were saying earlier, it's important to know. I do think it will that the coaching staff made a decision, and they basically said we need to keep our defense healthier. If even with this defense, we should beat this other team because our offense is as healthy as it's gonna be. So we either win with this defense or we don't deserve to get in. And they win. They bettered that, and it came through. This defense is as healthy as it's gonna be. So I'm excited, dude. I'm excited.
Yep, we got.
Okay,
And then our offense is healthy, so we got both sides of the ball is great and ready to go. And basically our keys is basically the same thing. Focus on running the ball with J.K. Dobbins and Gus Sabas and slow down their Henry.
Yeah, I think our running game should be better than Derrick Henry. So if we had that, we should be good. Any questions or any more? Go ahead, man. Sorry.
I mean, it's like, would you rather have Derrick Henry, which is the best running back in the league, or two top 10 running backs in J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards?
Yeah, so I think, and I'll let you also answer, Coach. I think the big thing for us is not necessarily Gus or JK, it's the play calling on the running side, the misdirection that we provide. It's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like JK is great, Gus is also, and they're different in their own way, but the misdirection makes their play set that much better. What do you think, Coach?
It's about diversity. It's about looking the same and doing different things. So it's really diversity within a certain shell. If you can line up with 1 or 2 formations, but give them 8 or 9 different plays, you have guys off balance and they don't know what's coming. Especially if you pound, then you get them with a play action. If you can pound them and get guys in the box, which is what both teams want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Pound, get guys in the box, and then get one-on-ones for all the receivers. They want one-on-ones for AJ, Jonnu, and Davis, and we want one-on-ones for Boykin, Andrews, and Hollywood. So basically it's the same thing, we just do it different. And whoever executes the best is the team that's going to win.
Agree.
Exactly.
Okay, well, hey, I'll let you go because I have a couple other calls, but thank you for always calling, brother.
All right, yeah.
Take care. Quick note, as I'm calling this person, Brandy here says something. Titan secondary is back. Can't get some PAs going. The reality is, we'll see how this officiating crew is, but in the playoffs, you let them play more, which is good for us.
They definitely did yesterday.
Yeah, they did. And I prefer that way. I don't know about you guys. I prefer them playing because Marlon, you see Marlon starts grabbing a little bit more when they let them play.
How you guys doing today?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
So what's your question or comment, man? Because we all hype here. We're drinking that purple Kool-Aid, as Coach was saying.
Yes, sir. I'm just hyped, man. I'm just ready for the game. I feel like it's just going to be like a battle of the tight ends.
I can agree with that. I really, because I said it earlier, I think Andrew's going to have a big game. And to me, their scariest guy, outside of the obvious is Jonnu Smith, I think is his last name.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just feel like if we just get to stop the run and just make sure that we just I feel like Des Bryant, he's gonna be overlooked. So it will be a great opportunity to give him the ball and make sure that he keeps running more.
Yeah, I agree. I just think the Titans, even though they're crappy on D, they might just make sure they get Andrews out of this game. This is why I need Mr. Hollywood Brown to be ready, and the other receivers, Boykins and all that. Because if you're the Titans defense, what you should do? Let's just stop Andrews, and then if the other ones beat us, they beat us.
Yep.
Yeah, like for us, the Titans actually present more than one really good threat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we just say Andrews is for sure our most reliable guy, and after that, there is a steep back, right? And then there's Hollywood and the others, but Andrews by far the most reliable guy.
But I really think if they underestimate Hollywood and Boykin, because both of them have been playing some good ball lately. If I'm not mistaken, Hollywood has scored in 5 straight, Boykin in maybe 3 or 4 straight. And you got to respect them now. You really have to respect them now.
Yep, I agree. Yep. I agree. Anything else before I let you go?
No, just wanted to say thank you. This is the first time I'm watching you guys live stream, so I'm just ready.
Appreciate
it.
Make sure you subscribe to my channel and to Coach Evans. The link is in the description below. Okay, brother?
Yes, sir.
Take care, bro.
Yep.
Bye. Okay, Coach, we have like
under pressure productions. He says, in my opinion, Henry is like LeBron and Kobe. You're not stopping them, but you got to stop. I agree 100%. He can have 100 yards on 32 carries.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, man, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. I'm actually hyped, man. I'm getting my Lamar Jackson jersey on as we speak.
Thinking the purple Kool-Aid. See? This is what I am. How you doing, man? Hey, any questions, any comments? How you doing? You're hype. You're hype here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been watching the live stream. I actually have only been watching y'all for a little bit, but I love what y'all been talking about. I love the energy y'all are bringing, the hypeness. I think all Ravens fans are hype, man, because it's been, my question actually involves Lamar Jackson because, the whole narrative of, he's 0-2 in the playoffs has been on everybody's mind, obviously. So my question is, do you guys think that we need a wide receiver one for Lamar? Because a lot of people that I talk to say that, we do need a wide receiver one. But to me, I feel like that's just wasting someone who's a really good wide receiver because, this year we were 32nd in passing and receiving, so they might not get the receptions they want. I just wanted to hear y'all's opinion on that.
Okay, I'll let you go first.
I think we do. I think as well as we run the ball, we could be better running the ball because we don't have a wide receiver one. As good as we are in the run game, that's still with 7, 8, 9-man boxes.
Mm-hmm.
If we get a wide receiver one, that's not only just fast, but you can trust him to go get 50-50 balls. You got to play 2 on him. You got to have a cornerback and a safety. So now you got the numbers in the box. And I don't think we've played a game in the 2.5 years that Lamar's been a quarterback, but we consistently have numbers in the box. And we still get 400, 300, 200 yards rushing.
Here. So I go back and forth. So the question that you have to think is, can we get the right receiver, number one? Because there's receivers and there's receivers, right? You need a guy that you can rely. Like I like Stephon Diggs, for example. I think Stephon Diggs in here wouldn't have the season that he had in Buffalo because he's great. He's a way better version than Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
But a guy that would have a great year here would have been DeAndre Hopkins because DeAndre Hopkins, he can catch the ball on those 50-50, right? So depending on the receiver, yes. Also, another great tight end could do the trick. So it all depends. The problem that you have is as a Ravens team, it's going to be hard. Anybody receiver on free agency just say like, hey, come here. Because if they look to get numbers, well, they're going to see the offense like, well, I'm not going to put numbers. So you either have to trade for it or you have to find that number one on the draft, okay? That is very, very important. But do we need – so let's put it like this. You need another playmaker on the passing game, right?
Yeah.
And it has to be the right guy. It cannot be same thing. For example, I love Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Tyreek Hill will thrive in this offense.
No.
But what you need is a guy like DeAndre Hopkins. What you need is a guy like – I know people talk about Allen Robinson, right? That guy – big. So you need a younger version of this, Brian. You need an Anquan Bolden type of receiver, right? that is the receiver that this offense needs.
I agree 100%. The right guy has to be there.
Okay. Any other questions, man?
I guess just a quick follow-up then. Who do y'all think is good? Obviously, DeAndre Hopkins or somebody like that might not work for next season because they're already under contract. But who do y'all think is a good fit that we could probably get in the offseason?
I think the easiest way to do it is what Sonny said, get another tight end. And I think and somebody just put in the thing, Kyle Pitts or Brevin Jordan from Miami. Pitts from Florida or Brevin Jordan from Miami.
Yeah. So think about this. If you can have that you can in theory bring this on the cheap again, and you can have another tight end that can block. So now you can have him both in the running and the passing game, and he can make 50-50 or Lamar, because tight ends can go wide. Pitt especially. Pitt goes wide all the time for the tape that I've been watching. So a tight end can be great. Allen Robinson, he's a free agent. He's going to cost you a ton. Same thing for people that talk about Julio Jones. Julio Jones will cost you a ton. Although the problem that I have with Julio is reliability on being healthy. That's the problem with Julio.
So I don't think he's gonna cost you a ton.
And draft picks too, right? He's gonna cost you draft picks.
Is Julio a free agent or it'll be a trade?
It's trade.
Oh no, I wouldn't touch Julio.
But the guy that is a free agent that is older, that I think it can be fairly good in this offense, won't cost you a lot, might be AJ Green. Also on the health, he's shaky, but he's a guy that is tall, lengthy. He can still run a bunch of routes, and he can high point the ball. Good hands. We know him. He killed us so many times. So he's a guy that I can say maybe he will cost you 8-10 mil on a 2 year per 10 mil per year on like a 2-year deal.
What about this? Why not keep Dez?
No, I think you keep Dez on the cheap, right? You definitely keep, because Dez is not going to command you a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And you're hoping then your smaller receivers keep, getting better. And then the other guy that you want to get better is Boykins, because he has the frame. He just needs to get more consistent.
Yep.
Okay, man?
Yeah, I totally agree with that Miles Boykins thing. But I appreciate y'all answering my questions and everything. Appreciate y'all taking my call and everything as well.
Okay. I'm going to take here like 3, but these next guys, you have to like question and go. The line is full. D-Melo, what up, brother? So
what's good, guys?
Like I was saying in the live stream, we need it short because we're about to close this stream and have like 4 people behind
I got you.
Okay, go ahead.
I got you. No, these are just key facts that need to happen today for us to secure this win. I agree with Coach saying we got to use Tucker. We get by that 40, boom, automatic 3 every single time.
Like Curry.
We got to play a lot of man, press. I'm talking about get physical with these dudes straight up off the line and just hit them in the mouth all game. Elliott, I need a fumble out of him. Like, he needs to rock someone today. Put him up the game. I don't care. It don't matter. Lamar needs to play his style of game the same way he's been playing the last half of the season. He doesn't sit in the pocket. If you don't got it, he's going. And bust out that run and just get up and not take the foot off the gas. We just gotta hit them all game. That's it.
I agree.
What else? No, that's it.
That's it.
I honestly think we're gonna blow them out today, but we'll see what happens. So. I'm fucking hyped. It's past 2 minutes. You can curse now, right? Fuck this. Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a great game. I'm freaking like shaking. I'm hyped. I got the chains on. Oh right now, baby! Like, let's get it. All right, yo,
they deep.
They deep. Take care, D-Melo.
All right, man.
By the way, guys, before I go, I'm going to take the super chat and the next caller. But before, a couple things. Make sure you subscribe to me and Coach Channel. Coach Channel is down in the description below. Also, I do a live stream at halftime in Instagram. So if you haven't, follow me on Instagram. It's the same thing, szg Sports. On halftime, I'll put the live stream. I'll just do what I've seen so far from this game. And then you do post game, Coach?
Yeah, I do post game with the live call in.
So Coach will do a post. I don't do that. So Coach will do the live game, post game. So again, description below, hit that, and then you can be there in the post game. Make sure you hit that bell so you know when he goes live. MMA Ike Turner says, do y'all have any faith in the coaching? If we get down 10 to continue to run the ball, they have to. Unless it's like late fourth quarter, but they have to, right? They have to do it. That's last game they got away too quick from the running game. If you go one-dimensional, we don't have the receivers just to pull just all passing game all the time, right? You have to. What do you think, Coach?
I agree. That's a great question. They have to stick with it. But in their defense, out of all the teams that are probably left in the playoffs, this is probably the team we can get away with just throwing the ball. Because their pass rush is going to come from the interior unless they overcommit and blitz. This is the one team that I think we can just throw the ball on, but I don't think we should. I
agree. I completely agree. So let me take the next call here. Okay.
Hold on, let me go real quick. Okay. Let me try to. What up, Sonny? This Chance from Omaha. What up, Coach?
What up?
Nothing much. I'm gonna get in and out real quick for y'all since y'all got some people waiting. But it's so funny hearing the callers because hey, I was up early for the game too. I woke up at 5:30 thinking about the game. Like I know Lamar gonna get this one, and I just took my Lamar jersey out too, so I'm excited like everybody else. But I got like 2 quick questions for y'all, and really 3, but I'm gonna get them out real quick. Do y'all feel like Harbs and the coaching staff are the right people moving forward, regardless of the results of the game, to get the best out of Lamar in the offense? Giro and Harbs.
Coach,
it's tough to say because that's all he's had. All Lamar's had is Giro, so I don't know if anybody else would do well with Lamar's skill set. Yeah. As far as the decision making with Harbs, man, his overall body of work, you can't just throw that away. You got to look at all his, not just what he did 2 weeks ago or last year. You got to look at his whole body of work. Yeah. This is a Super Bowl winner.
Yeah,
and I know the team was player led, but he led the players. So I give Harbs a little bit of pass because I'm a body of work dude, and plus I'm in the same position. Same field of work. So I know 1 bad year or 2 bad decisions don't necessarily make you a bad coach.
Yeah, to add that, I think Harbs, yes, because Harbs is a very player coach. Players seem to love Harbs. I know at the beginning he ruffed feathers with more established players, but now he has the cachet, and it looks like veterans or rookies love to play for Harbs. Plus, he even with all the lovey-dovey with Harbs, that locker is still very disciplined. But Giro, I don't know, but this is not a oh my God, because Giro has questionable calls. I think people are killing Giro too much for his play calling. I think he has some misses, but he also has a lot of very creative play calling, and people just focus on the misses.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, Giro is a great coach. Now, can Lamar be better with another offensive coordinator? Maybe. The reality is, the one good thing the Harbs has is if for some reason Giro does leave, whoever the offensive coordinator that comes, Harbaugh lets the offensive coordinator do their thing. He's not meddling or anything. This is why I like Harbs. Harbs is more, I'm the manager. I'll make sure everything is well-oiled, running well. But he lets his DC do his thing and his OC do his thing. So Giro, I don't know Harbaugh, yes, going forward.
Some of the issues with Giro happened because of play execution.
That is true.
Some of it is play execution.
All right, let me get this one in real quick because I'm a head out because I see we got like 2 minutes. This is gonna be a double question, and then y'all can just answer it for me. And I'm gonna be calling in to your post game show, Coach. But I've been telling people Lamar should be the success rate. I feel like in the passing game for Lamar is 20 to 25 throws a game, getting acclimated, airing that ball out while staying committed to the run game. How do y'all feel about that? And then tell me who y'all think are going to be like the obvious X factors in the game, and then the not so obvious X factors in the game. And those are my last 2 questions for y'all.
As far as his passes, I'm with you. 15 to 25 passes should be right in that wheelhouse, because some of those passes that are going to be called are probably going to end up being scrambles for Lamar. So I'm good with that number. As far as X factors on offense, Ben Powers. And I know you're probably looking for a flashy number guy. Ben Powers controlling 3-1 techniques, or whatever they're doing. Ben Powers has to win his matchups.
Man, Coach, I was not gonna say Ben Powers for something similar. I was gonna say Bozeman because I think Ben Powers is stronger than Bozeman, and I think if you're smart in Tennessee, you say Simmons go on top of Bozeman. because Ben Powers, he's been holding his own. I'm sorry, guys. Right guard is failed for next year. Ben Powers is the right guard going forward. And now, if you want to talk about left guard, I do have questions about the left guard. But on the right guard position, I'm good. Now, on the 15 to 20, I agree with around 8 to 10 rushes is what I want from Lamar. And I'm not saying dedicate running plays on Lamar. This includes between play running and scrambles. Remember, most of Lamar's running plays are read option, right? So he decides if he wants to keep or leave it. So, and did we took both questions? Yeah, we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Get the rest of the callers in. I'll call you on the post game, coach.
I appreciate you.
Okay, we're going to take the last call, and with this, we're going to wrap it up, guys.
Young Raven in the building.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. My God, shout out to him, Raven. Shout out to him, Raven. He's never like us. The call's not cutting out. Okay, so let's see if the person calls back. Before that, guys, I appreciate everybody has been watching this live. Make sure you hit that like. I don't know how much likes we have, but make sure you hit that like. And I love the energy that we all bring in here, because even though we are drinking from the purple Kool-Aid here, you know we're taking care of this. Coach, any final thoughts to see if we get the call?
I'm gonna throw a prediction out there and run with it. And so I'm gonna go, obviously Ravens winning 27-17. That's where I'm going with 27-17. We hold Henry to right around 100 yards. And I think we don't have any gaudy numbers offensively. I think everybody chips in, but we need a turnover or two to seal this. And as far as that, my Twitter is Coach Evans 9. YouTube is Sip the Tally Films. And I do a post-game show. Today's post-game show is probably going to come at you around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
There you go. Adel says, go Raven. Let's get this dub. I agree. Look, my game prediction is I think the Ravens is going to score around 37 points. I really do. I think this is the week, the Lamar. And this is different. They have been scoring over 30 since the Cleveland game. Last time we were under 30 was with Pittsburgh when Lamar didn't play and a bunch of the other guys didn't play. I think this team should put over 37, not over 30 points, so around 37. I think the Titans are going to score 21 to 24 points. And I think Henry, I did say this, is going to be similar to the game that he played with the Green Bay Packers. He's going to rush around 20, 22 times for about 100 yards. I think he's going to rush about 100 yards, but 20 to 22 rushes. So unfortunately, I cannot reach my guy here, East Coast Wizard. Shout out to you, brother. I'm sorry. I had to close the live stream because, it's 12:30. Whoop. So hold on. That's the cell phone. That's the other line. Anyway, Coach, where they can find you, tell them everything, man.
Sip the Tally Films on YouTube, Coach Evans 9 on Twitter, and I do a little IG with Sip the Tally Films also.
Okay, and for me, guys, szg Sports, obviously you're here. Subscribe also on social media, Facebook, IG, Twitter, szg Sports. If you want to see my live stream at halftime, it's like a 5-8 minute live stream. It's not long. Obviously, it's just halftime. Go make sure you follow me on IG, and I'll live stream over there at halftime. Thank you, everybody, for joining the live stream. It has been a pleasure, Coach. Thank you for everything. Let's go, Ravens. Let's take this dub. We'll see you next time in the postgame for Coach. Take care.